cause I'm hanging with the snowman. What I'm gonna do, I'm back, then I'm trapped. Slap me in the face, took all of my gap. They have no clues and they wanna get warmer. My sham won't turn informer. Informer, you know, say that I'm a story, I'm a player. I need to go down. Take the man that says that I'm a story, stop somewhere down the lane. I need to come down. Informer, you know, say that I'm a story.
Hey, good morning. Yes, I hope you guys are having a good morning too. Having a coffee, listening to some music. Boy, those birds this morning, huh? It seems like they're singing more intricately. More intricately? I think that's a word, you know, like more intricate. Would you say intricacy? More intricately, right?
Mr. Lover Lover, Mr. Lover Lover, Mr. Lover Lover. Mr. Bombastic, Mr. Fantastic, opening on the box, she says I'm Mr. Rowe.
You got crochet, crucial, cruciate, crucible, cruciform, to crucify, which means physical torture. You want to be crucified on the cross? It's how they used to punish people. Yeah, they didn't have jails and stuff like that, probably. Well, I mean, what would have been considered a jail back then? Mental agony. So under crucify, you have physical torture, mental agony, and execution. Now, when somebody is stressed out or boggling their minds about, like we see this all the time in politics, right? They have mental agony almost. It's agonizing. You see it. They'll say it too. This is agonizing. This is absolutely horrific. It's an atrocity. Right, so does that mean they're being crucified if they are in a state of mental agony? And if so, what put them up on that cross? Right, it seems like they're trying to understand someone else's train of thought, because when those people's train of thought are in seats that are deciding where a lot of the funding goes for public education and healthcare, good people, when they start to question those committing fraud or protecting those committing fraud, whether or not they know it, half the time they don't even know the people they're protecting are committing fraud, and they think they're protecting beautiful angels or cool business people, you know? Right, so then when you try to get through to those people, almost like trying to get through to someone telling a fucking ghost story or an alien story, do you hear how the swearing and the anger just start to come out when we talk about these things? That's mental agony. So do we deserve it? We deserve this crucifixion, to be punished? For what? Right, so that's where the state of mind comes in, and why we have these classes, so people don't put that blame upon themselves and feel as though this confusion, which you feel is causing you maybe some mental agony, it's antagonistic, agonizing. It's an atrocity. Right, we look upon these people that are fighting the good fight, and you see them, like, kind of grab their heads and shake it, like, I'm trying to understand your train of thought here. I mean, this isn't a fucking therapy session, and we do care about you. I mean, it's not as though, like, wow, this person has such a strange train of thought, we should study its brain like Manson. I mean, don't feel special. I know sometimes they lay it on thicker as though being lewd and absolutely uncommonsensical is cool or something. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with these adults. What do you think? Right, so when we see people in these states of mental agony, kind of like when we're trying to understand, when we have sick punks walking around here with young children, the child and animal pornography being made and fed out to these groups. For us personally, while it's very frustrating and angering, and you boggle your mind, like wondering how people can be so stupid, every day we have that mind blown. Yeah, it's already happened a few times this morning. This life itself, the existence and capabilities, it's incredible. Right, and then boom, when you're pulled into that, how in the fuck is someone beating up a 3-year-old? Hold on, this is incredible. I can talk to you in China right now, real time. Isn't that cool? FaceTime. It's like we're living in the future. When I was a kid, we could not look up destinations. Okay, we couldn't. Here, you had what was in the encyclopedias. Sometimes people would bring in one of those cool laser discs and show us some videos. We had pen pals from around the world. That was a piece of paper with some scribbles on it. Right, can you imagine? Instead of these pen pal letters, it would take months. Now you can just have a live class. Hey, class here in America, meet the class over here in India. Say hello to each other. They already do this. We actually were doing it back then, remember? They had some capabilities like that. When it was live, you were able to do that. They just couldn't do live on TV. Because someone might swear or something and they needed time to beep. Here come the hot stuff. You don't want to see a titty pop out. Like on the halftime show, right? Right, so when we see these people in a state of mental agony trying to figure out what the fuck, and they're questioning these people, we don't look at them like, oh, they must deserve it. They're being crucified or angry or irritated. They must have done something to deserve it. Good karma, whatever they did to deserve that. Right, that's an evil state of mind. We have a lot of that around us. That's how the kids get fucked and tortured and innocent people get killed. Yeah, just stupid, those deadly sins, greed. We got a lot of evil, nasty, greedy, gluttonous people around us. We do the best we can, Right, so we're concerned about the children that have been fucked and tortured for years. We've explained in multitude, and very specifically in black and white, how these punks feed out child and animal pornography to a lot of the younger groups. Getting the Karens and the non-vaxxers and the bullies, and when you see how that's tied in with some of the state workers. Right, Alex Jones? Right, and then they really get people worked up about aliens and ghosts and eating babies. And as you can see, a lot of them were focused on getting the Suboxone so they could have it prescribed to them. Remember the junkies? They were pissed off. Was it back in 2012, 2013, 2014. So there's a 3-year period window there. You can go back and you can look at how some of these groups were talking to you about that have been being fed the child and animal pornography, who they then make money off of feeding it to dog-loving activists. Investigators who want to get the child pedos, right? You want to get them. Even the chasers that aren't even any badge, nothing, no authorization. They're just punks and kids. Really good people, some of them. Yeah, really good people. If you want to take on the role of being the punk, you go right ahead, because I also said there's a lot of really good people. So if you choose to be the punk as opposed to saying, hey, she called me a good person. If you want to say, hey, she called us punks. Okay, that's you, motherfucker. All right, so if you want to use that as an excuse to go and attack someone who's running their fucking mouths, huh? Who's talking smack and deserves to get smacked up. That's what Joe Rogan says, huh? You talk smack, you get smacked up. That's how it is, man. Snitches get stitches. Yeah, so when you have these people at that level talking like that, right, so anyways, these drug trafficking lines and different lines that get fed a lot of the child and animal pornography, which is a huge industry, dude. You might as well be in the marijuana business, huh? So when you look at over the years now, these same trafficking lines with those kind of people, they're the same ones that have been focusing on the fighting, how the pyramids were built, and getting Suboxone. Why? It's a well-known psychedelic, heavily abused. Back in 2013, I believe I signed a contract for that medication, yeah. Now, when you see a lot of the druggies and people get pissed because they want it prescribed to them. And even if they could get it prescribed to them, they'd get these little tiny doses, like 1/8 of a milligram, 1/8 of 1 milligram. It's very powerful stuff. So if you had any red flags and druggies, things like that, you weren't getting it prescribed to you at that level. You could get it for withdrawal through like the methadone clinic or other places and hospitals like that. Yeah, in an outpatient type places like Seton Hospital and stuff. Are they still open or? Seton Hospital in Waterville. Yeah. Yep. I know. See how anybody that's ever worked there. What is she saying about Seton? What do I have to be angry about? I mean, people just look for something to be fucking angry about. You're nasty. You're nasty fucking people, and you need to get the fuck out of our systems. Understand, I'm talking to the criminals and sick fucks within our systems that abuse and poison people. So if you have an issue with my tone and you want to attack me and think I need to be taught a lesson for being disrespectful, eat shit, motherfucker. Come at me, you fucking cunts. Step up. Step up, motherfuckers. Anyways. Yeah, those same lines with the child and animal pornography, they're the same ones that you're seeing standing behind the president. We got Suboxone finally legalized, guys. 13 years later. I know it's been a lot of fun in between time, huh? Analyzing people. Who deserves what? Who needs to be on medication, this or that? Who should be locked up? You sick fucking pieces of shit. Here in Augusta, Maine, protecting these fucking punks. My name's Mary, and we're at the Governor Hill Mansion in Augusta, Maine, and I have 4 children here. My youngest 2 are in the hands of sick, murderous pedophiles, and these punks that help to get the Karens and the non-vaxxers. Some of those punks are the ones feeding out the child and animal abuse. They try to tell them it's fake. That's how those guys at that level turn their heads to it and sleep at night. Right, so when you point out the real shit to them and what they're fucking protecting, they don't ever want to fucking look at it. They want to think it's just one of their cool buddies helping them get the Karen or the non-vaxxer, helping with an investigation. to get the shoplifters. Yeah, so as you can see, those 3 teams back in 2010, you had the private security teams that help to get the shoplifters. You had the investigations put out for the cartel family, 2009. Thank you, Officer Liberty. We got to get Timothy Sawyer off the street. Go, bro, go! You made the paper again. Yeah, right? Real cool, huh? Right, so we were also dealing with the Main Parent Federation. We had been going through Lyme treatment for about 3 years, huh? Now, I wouldn't say it's treatment. I would just say in 2006 when we were diagnosed, there was a lot of life changes made with our diet. Yeah, when we had to do the cleanse, it was no gluten, no wheat, no dairy. So we could get rid of the inflammation. We were so inflamed. We were dying. We were literally on our deathbed. It was horrible. Right, and that just doesn't happen overnight. I know, I love how when people go, well, that's your own fault. Yeah, okay. Right, they're fucked up, dude. They need help, no matter what it is. Well, that was your own fault. You wanted to be there. You wanted to be unhealthy. I know, it's fucked up when you really look into it, right? Right, so I had some pretty bad neurological conditions and accidents going on as well. Amazing, amazing. And the treatment and healing process gets ignored by our medical industry, and they promote the things that cause inflammation and disease. Yeah, that's scary. And then when people don't want to recognize it and sit there with their fucking nasty Botoxed, primped up faces, suits and ties, nasty fucking people. What the hell are you wearing anyways? What kind of style are you trying to promote to these girls? Can they even afford that? Do they even have the equipment to support that? You get what we're talking about, right? See through. People get so caught up. And everything we've talked about just so goes out the window. See, they're just jealous. They're just jealous. Put my eyelashes on. Put my eyelashes on. They're just jealous. See, the kids aren't being fucked and tortured. None of that's happening. Oh, some immigrant tries to cut someone's head off thousands of miles away. Oh my god, see, we can't let immigrants in. There's a fucking kid being fucked next door, dude. Yeah, another 6-year-old just got stabbed 40 times by its mother. What are you talking about, you nasty fucking people? Yeah, notice how they don't talk about any of this stuff either. It's like it doesn't even exist to them, and they do everything they can to keep them and their children away from lower class and middle class. That is prison to them. You understand that, right? You would crucify those motherfuckers. If they had to live middle class or below, they would be crucified. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, for some people, that's life. There's nothing else, right? I mean, if you want to gauge it that way, I don't consider myself lower, middle, upper, none of it. I mean, if you want to go by, like, what's in your bank account, well, that would probably be the poorest of the poor, yeah. I mean, maybe not. Some people are in the negative, right? Some people are in the negative. Right, but I mean, really, though, a lot of people, most of their wealth isn't in the bank. Just saying. Boy, that's a lot of capsules. But yeah, so to any of you investigators, if you didn't get too lost in the drama bullshit, as many people do, those same trafficking lines, the child and animal pornography, feeding, chasing. Oh, and then when you can see all these other channels that are doing very well connected to those guys, talking about the Karens, whatever other mockery issues get people going. I mean, right, I mean, you can get into like Tim Cast and Ashman Gold, Russell Brand. Well, you see, Russell Brand, yeah, it's kind of, there's different layers, yeah. And you look at the history there. And didn't they try to get him? Yeah, he's sleeping with a 16-year-old years ago or something. I know, when you look at the overlaying things with these cases, the similarities, it's so daunting. But please be undaunted. Please be undaunted. But yeah, as you notice, those same trafficking lines with the child and animal pornography are the same ones trying to get that Suboxone legalized. Like we just said, a lot of the druggies were pretty upset when they found out retards and people that didn't have drug histories and stuff like that. Just because you're around drugs doesn't mean you're red flagged. Yeah, you get red flagged for, selling. There's a huge number of things that you'll get red flagged for. Huh. Right, so those guys, that's another reason they like to target the retards who can get that stuff prescribed to them. And sure enough, the sick fuck, Suboxone right on the shelf. I hadn't even had it prescribed to me yet. But seeing how much he liked it, some of the buddies they're dealing with. And when you look at the feeding lines here, what we've been talking about in the history, going back to 9/11 and before, 1986, I was 4 years old, man. I'm on a good one, real fucking good one. Oh, yeah? Right, so all that was being watched and listened to very closely. And you can only hope and pray that people do the right thing. Now, they choose to not do the right thing when they see, people like my parents and siblings. Right, these people are all criminals, they're all lying. They believe in ghosts and aliens. Right, so that's why when you're trying to tell the idiots telling their ghost and alien stories, can you knock it off? Because these fucking slugs are using that as an excuse. Do you understand? Right, so then they feel like, well, because they're the ones lying, they're the ones at fault, and they can just carry on doing what they're doing. Yeah, as long as mom and dad are concerned, they're justified in doing what they're doing to us. Right, Mr. Jones? Yeah, I'd wake the fuck up if I were you. Yeah, he doesn't need to. Yeah, no, people at that level, they'll fuck you till Sunday and back. Yeah, not like that though. You wouldn't want to be fucked by somebody like that kind of way, probably. Ugh. Huh. Right, so anyways, when you look at the history here and what we're talking about and those same trafficking lines with the Suboxone and child and animal pornography, right, it doesn't take that long to put it together. How they target the retards and stuff, get the Karens. Right. So all fine and dandy. You guys carry on. It's not okay. It's immature and it gets people killed. But it's, right? Just like drinking and driving is not okay. Right? We could stand here and be like, don't drink and drive. You motherfuckers better not drink and drive. Put people in danger, right? You see what we're talking about? Yeah, it does a lot of fucking good, doesn't it? So hopefully the proper authorities here, because these guys are having a ball and making a lot of money watching these situations. Any local authorities. I know, some of them are friends with them, right? So then, see how that works? But, I mean, if they're doing serious investigations on cartel people, they're justified. Right, so then let's go over to this sector here. Doctors, nurses. Right, as long as they really believe non-vaxxers are dangerous, they're justified in doing what they're doing. So they gotta really believe that, or now you're a stupid fucking piece of shit. That's impeding upon people's privacy. In a not so good way, because we have a lot of watchers who we really appreciate. We don't care. They can watch everything, and they do. They hear us breathe. They know when our heart rates go up, and we love them. There's a lot of good ones. Now, some people take advantage of those positions and fuck with people or try to help criminal organizations. Right, so we're really seeing what kind of people treat it right and who abuses it. And a lot of the abusers are getting away. And they already have. Many of them have moved out of the country. So you can keep trying to chase that shit. We let it go a long fucking time ago, and that's why we've been trying to get people, let it the fuck go. You're gonna have to, drugs, fraud. What are you gonna do? I mean, you can expose it and say, yeah, look at all the fraud. No shit, motherfuckers. We tried telling them in 2010, and now the fucking idiots that raked it in back then are profiting from exposing that fraud. Are you kidding me? Get the fuck out of here. People need to wake the fuck up. Right, so that's why we say, just, I don't care about your fucking vaccines, about your food dyes. Take it all and shove it right up your fucking ass. We have kids here, hostages in the hands of Hamas, that have been fucked and tortured for years, and you got these fucking business people banking off of it, feeding it to their little fucking kids and boys just like drugs. Right? Right. Keep watching, you sick fucks. Oh my god, how could anybody do something so horrible? Got enough on the fucking body cams. Right, so when you have these little private groups on the side, like your little shoplifting security teams, people have connected the dots. I'd seriously wake up if I were you and stop protecting these sick fucks. The facts are the facts. So as you can see, just like other businesses, when you start calling out individuals, they all protect each other, just like a farm or an abortion clinic. Wake up, boys and girls. My name's Mary, Governor Hill Mansion. Much love, health, and peace, everybody. And I don't have a clue what's real or imaginary. So take heed, my children, cause the story's cautionary.